Watch this little clip.
There are currently
Uh-oh.
grown
Here we
men
go.
making jokes about how 90% of women, if they take away food stamps, Section 8, this, that, and the third, all types of government assistance, 90% of women will fold in a week. Mind you, these are the same men that don't take care of their kids, which is the reason why half of these women are on government assistance. Half of these men don't watch their kids, there's daycare. Half of these men aren't on child support or don't have a job to pay their child support fucking payments. But they talking about 90% of women will fold if the government shut all their assistance down. I want y'all to know something. The way that y'all want women to not only fall flat on our faces, but y'all want us to fall flat on our faces so we can prove that we need men while y'all still don't be the men that we fucking need. Excuse the stuffy voice, because I am getting a code from the weather change. But my point still remains the fucking same here. Y'all literally, as men, to sit here and say, oh, it would be so funny to watch all the women fold if government assistance got taken away completely. All you're reminding us is, even without the government assistance, y'all still won't do shit. No government assistance means men still won't fucking provide. All y'all gonna do is laugh while we're poor and broke and fucked up like y'all are. Interesting. Y'all just want to see another person fucked up and fucked around so you don't have to feel bad about being fucked up and fucked around.
She said a lot.
Man.
So what's she right? Okay, if all those government assistance, all the child support, all the what's it called? Having brain fart. What's it called? On the food stamps went away.
Snap.
Would women actually want to need men more, go back home and do what they're supposed to do?
I don't think so.
Why don't you think so?
It's some women out here that really be hustling, man. There's some women out here that be getting it, man. They be stacking their bread times. So I feel like some of them necessarily don't need men, but I feel like if you got a son, kids, of course you need that father figure around. But that's up to the man if you want to be a man, though.
Women don't need men? Did you say that? Oh, sorry.
Nah, I'm saying like I think they do, but I feel like most women now in today's time, like most of them, a lot of women hustle now. They got their own hustle. A lot of them make their own money. So I just feel like not necessarily, but at the same time, just raising the kids, doing it all on your own, you kind of need that male figure in the picture.
Well, I think she has a point, but she's talking about men that she picked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like women always complain about men that they picked. You know what I'm saying? They knew who he was. You know, women like to be smart, but then when they get bamboozled or now they victims, you know what I'm saying? So they pick those guys. There's a lot of nice, good young men, black men out there for women, but it's the ones you pick.
Not only picked, but procreated with.
Yeah. Not only you let them know.
But Shampoo, you literally just said that the women were bamboozled. And I'll just say this. Women do need men, and a lot of women are forced to be hustlers because this is a world that they were forced into, in my opinion.
By who?
Because I don't believe that a lot of men are stepping up in ways that they need to. I think Shorty had a few points in her message, for sure.
But that's the type of men that she chooses, though.
No, it's not always. You could vet a man very well, and he could still end up being a deadbeat.
No, not as smart as you women are. No, y'all too smart for that.
What about the dude she passed up on?
Right.
Exactly. So what does that have to do with this conversation?
The fault doesn't ever lie on her shoulders, then? Is that what you're saying? It's always the man's fault?
No, I'm not saying it's always the man's fault, because we still need to hold women accountable. At the end of the day, it was her choice. It was their choice to engage in adult activities, which resulted in the baby. So yeah, we have to hold the woman accountable as well. But on the flip side of that, a lot of women are forced into hustler positions because they aren't afforded the soft life. A lot of men aren't sole providers. I'm not saying that's bad or good, whatever worked for your household. But a lot of times, a lot of men aren't paying 100% of the bills, right? So now I got to give you my half. in your half. So a lot of that it ties into all of that.
You know what it is? I think sometimes women, especially pretty women, what happens is when they're about 20, 21, they popping and all that stuff, and they're using their looks to get what they want. But then their stock goes down. When they get 30, 35, 38, they get angry because their looks didn't take them the way they went, the way they were supposed to go. Now they got to hustle. Now they got to do a little. Now they super angry and fine, but there's cracks in the crevices now. So they have to, you know what I'm saying? It's a letdown. So they start lowering their standards and got a bunch of angry people out here like that.
You think this is an older woman's struggle or younger woman?
The worst thing a woman can do in these times, and even back in the day when I was young, was to get old.
Right, but it doesn't feel like I think it's an all woman struggle. I don't think it has anything to do with age. I think girls are just picking wrong from early on, and they get older and they keep on picking wrong, keep on having babies with the wrong men.
But then they start blaming men for it. But then how can you blame men? That's the problem I don't get.
Like you can't blame the man.
Wait, y'all, one mic. Hannah, what were you saying?
I said I think women just ignore the red flags. Like we know when we see a guy, like we know if he's a provider, we know if he's husband material. We know all that.
Are you white?
Yeah, I'm white.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm white. What else? And
so you have sex with Negroes?
That was just shampoo is wild.
I'm asking. Do you have black boyfriends? I'm asking.
Yeah, I do.
I know you like that. How do your parents feel?
Oh, Lord.
What that got to do with anything?
He took it all the way left.
Who went on a tangent?
But one thing I saw about the video, that woman said that she said that men just want to wait until women come crawling back or something. Like, we don't give a fuck if you guys come back.
Yeah, we don't care.
You know what I'm saying? We just want to watch the fire burn from afar and just just sit back and just at the end of the road we just be like, all right, well, we told you so. We told you this is how it's gonna happen, and you guys just said you guys didn't believe us. So
yeah, 100%.
That's the problem. Who's gonna bend? When is someone gonna bend? The women or the men? This gender war has to end. I think it depends. Some point. Someone's got.
It's not about bending. It's about us trying to.
If you focus on the actual topic of what she was saying, it's because a lot of guys, we know the government subsidizes half of the lifestyle, and I think the insult on top of the injury is that the women brag while we know the government is subsidizing some of the lifestyle. So it really just goes back to what Kevin Samuel said, which is what winter's coming, and Trump shutting the government down is basically it's not even just for the women, but for the world entirely, is stand on your own 2 feet. And I think the women that lady within that video is more or less triggered regarding it, because there's a lot more women where the government is subsidizing their lifestyle, if that makes sense.
So I'm in the mass state of confusion, because why is the sole focus on what women are doing, and why can't we just say, you know what, that man didn't step up. He was a terrible father. He could have did X, Y, and Z, and he didn't. I understand hold the women accountable. We also still need to hold men accountable in this particular situation, because there are plenty of men who are very spiteful when it comes to relationships with I can't be with you. Why ain't taking care of the kid? I can't do this. I can't still sleep with you. I'm not taking care of the kid.
Majority of women, though. Majority of women are spiteful because the men left.
Exactly.
That's not always the case, but I still, regardless, at the end of the day, we still also need to hold men accountable. You want rights, then go to the court and get the rights. A lot of fathers let that be circumstances as to why they can't step up and be a man to their child. So we also still need to hold men accountable.
Yes, men are making videos like that.
That's a false premise in the sense where you keep looking at it from a lot of fathers, but a lot more women have kids by one dude. It's not a lot of fathers.
Or
It's
multiple.
So
about
men don't have multiple baby mamas. Like, come
men
on
have
now,
multiple
like
baby
where we
mamas, but it's not generally
what?
all men. All men don't have multiple baby mamas.
Yeah, not a lot of
And
men.
all
Particular
women
niggas
don't have
got
multiple baby daddies.
mamas.
So what you saying?
What do you,
There's
Shit.
more.
huh?
There's more women though on
No, more women have
the
kids with the
stems.
same dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot more women that have this
But
kids with the same dude. There's
but all
mad women I
that
know that have kids with the same dude. A whole bunch of
all
women. Plus,
all that
Like
men are
goes
making
if
back
you
videos
to
take
like
this
that.
sample size right here, I don't know. The only person I probably know about is Anton, and Anton is married, but he has one kid. I don't have a kid. I don't know how many other guys within this video has a kid, but I can promise you, if there is one, there'd probably be one that has multiple women, and those multiple women are probably complaining about that one dude, and then putting that blanket on the rest of us. We don't have kids like that.
exactly, and
Most
that
men
goes
don't
back to
have
choosing
kids.
the right
Right. The
dude.
majority of men
Yeah,
don't have children. That's what he's saying. And the
exactly.
majority of women are the ones that are collecting from the government. So
Mhm.
that's why
And also,
we can get to his point.
like I'll hit a point on you said men aren't going out there making videos like this. Like, oh, we're gonna watch all these women go on government assistance and then now they're off of it. Let's see what happens. Like, we're not out saying all these things. And like a couple of points that a few people said, like Ransom, he was talking about the women that go out and get it. We're not talking about those because, like my mom, she went out and got it. Like, as far as I can remember, I've never been on government assistance.
How did your mother go and get it?
She had to get
She
multiple jobs. She
yeah,
went on and
yeah,
did what she had to
yeah,
do. Like,
for
it was
sure, for sure.
chill.
I thought you
Where'd your
said
Yeah,
head go,
your
Shampoo? Where'd your
I
head
know
go?
Shampoo was the type of go off on a tangent. I know. But nah, she had
nah, for
multiple jobs
sure.
and she had to take care of the family. So, but the women that we're talking about is like, and I remember points where Anton would say, 9 times out of 10, you've met the guy that you're supposed to be with when you were growing up with him, next to him, but you didn't want that guy because he didn't show any potential. He wasn't really swagged out. He didn't really, he was somewhere else trying to
So
hustle and get
men
it on
don't
his
pass
own.
up women all the time.
No, no, I'm not saying
Men
that
don't
men
screw
don't. A
over
lot of
good women
women.
all the time. Like, what are you saying? Because the
Now,
same
now
thing
we
can
ain't
be
No,
saying
what?
that. We
applied.
ain't saying that. We
No,
ain't
I'm not
saying that.
saying that.
We saying women. The women that's complaining. It ain't the hustling. Like women that's hustling, they ain't making videos like that. The ones who getting on their own, they not complaining. They getting it how they getting it. It is what it is. It's the
Exactly.
ones that make the wrong decisions with the wrong guy, or they not trying to get it on their own. They want somebody to take care of them, and now they mad because the government is shutting all that down, and now they really got to put in that work. Because the women that
Exactly.
hustle really ain't, they ain't coming out recording talking about my baby daddy this and that and the third. Nah,
Yeah,
they
they don't
like,
got
man,
time for that.
I'm finna
Yeah,
do
they don't
hair.
got
I got
time.
this head coming in. I gotta braid somebody hair real quick, or I gotta do this lashes. They
Right. And then
got
what?
their own
Who am
motion.
I? Who am I to take care of the woman that don't want me no more? It didn't work out with him, but we have kids. But you're not my obligation. The child is, or the children is the obligation. So now I got to take care of you when all you did was give me a headache. We have a child, great, but you're not my responsibility. The
So why
child
y'all
is.
don't go get full custody then? Because a lot of men don't want full custody of their kids, but then complain that
Who?
a woman has to
Wait,
be on
What?
government
Come
assistance.
on, Jess.
most
A
men can't
lot of
even
men
get
do
full
not
custody of
fight
their
for
We
full
kids.
can't.
custody. Men do
We
not
You
want
can't
full
get
can't.
full custody.
custody of their kids. They
Because
don't.
Listen,
men are not supposed to. Men are not supposed to have full custody. You're supposed to, you know what I'm saying, have joint custody.
right? It's
Women are
supposed to be a
supposed
team.
to have full custody of the kids.
But what I'm saying is that if a
I agree
Women
with
woman
are
this.
has to use
automatically
government
given full custody.
services, she may not be in a position to have that. She may not be in a position to have that child or take care of that child. So my thing is, why don't a lot of men go get full custody of their children because they don't want full custody of their children, but then complain that the women are making sentiments and statements like this? It's kind of an oxymoron. I'm trying to wrap my brain around that.
It's a headache to even try to go through that process because I know
Right.
I've
Then you don't want it
it'd
that
be
bad. Then all I hear is
It's
excuses.
expensive. It's a
it's
headache.
crazy
And if I'm
It's
not
expensive.
mistaken,
expensive.
most states
I'm
automatically
not
give full
serious.
custody to the mom.
It's
If I'm
Yeah,
not
expensive.
mistaken. So, yeah,
And not only that, the woman has to be like probably
right.
the
worse,
worst of
worst.
the worst, in order for them to finally
Yes.
say, "All right, you know what? Fuck it. We can't hold on to this anymore." Like,
Right. It has to be in extreme cases, which it shouldn't even have to get to that. But I'm pretty sure a few of us on this panel know that there's a bunch of couples that have had children out there, and the woman damn sure knows that the child will be well off with the guy, but they know the court system is set up against the guy, so they're gonna give full custody to the woman, no matter what. It happens most of the time.
And it's been
It's
like
set
that
up
for
against the
years,
guys, but y'all make the
decades.
rules though. Y'all
Listen,
make the rules.
I don't
Really?
think it
This
works
is a
that way.
patriarchal society. Y'all
I
make the
don't think
rules
it
and
works that
complain
way.
about them.
it goes down to the
Doesn't
old
work that way.
fashioned. Nobody
Oh my
wants to
God.
hear the old fashioned. Don't give him no ass. Don't
We
give
hold
it
the
to
key
him.
to that.
Yeah, just don't
That's
give
the
it
one
to
power
him.
we have is in between
Yeah,
our
it's the
legs.
only power. If you give that up, you have no other power. No
But
other
it's the
power.
greatest power on earth, isn't it?
You're
Right?
damn
But we're
right.
messy with it. We're
And it
messy
tastes
with it,
good
and that's
too.
the problem.
I think the
Ooh,
argument
wee.
though that I think that what Jess is saying is like you arguing about like men that have to fight with their hands tied to their back because the women are given full custody automatically. If the women had to fight, they wouldn't fight also because it was exactly what my man said. It costs too much. It's against them. So that argument doesn't make any sense. Why don't? Because your baby mama got to be a crackhead. Like she got to be like trying to actively kill the kid for most guys to be like, all right, you know what? I'm not about to leave my kid over there. But most relationships are not like that. And then everything is majority of the United States government is what? Men paying into shit. Excuse me. But so it's just like your argument about men not fighting is men are handicapped. It doesn't. It's not a fair fight that you're arguing about.
So you're gonna let that stop you from getting your kid being what you was in best
I can
interest
make
of the
another
kids?
kid
Because to
if
me
we
it sounds
really
like
want to.
excuses.
When they say
Y'all
it's
making
other
Yeah.
kids.
excuses. You don't
Why you
want
say it's
the kid that
excuses?
bad.
I'm not gonna fight you to see my seed though. That doesn't make any
It's
sense. I think
Then how
Exactly.
you sound, bro?
Why
How you
why does it have
sound?
to why does it have to get to
why
that?
do I
That's
have
the
to
crazy
fight you
part
to
about it.
How
see
you
my
sound?
seed?
Yeah, but
It
if
shouldn't
it,
matter
Because that's your
if that-
seed.
One
Like
mic.
I
what?
don't have to
One mic.
fight you
Hear
to
all
see
y'all.
my seed. What are
Yeah,
you
both.
Right.
talking
The
about? Why
kid
are you
came
holding
from
my seed
me.
hostage?
I gotta fight you to see my own child that came from me. Like
Yeah,
that's
That's
crazy.
insane.
that's
you,
kind
That's
of
pretty
crazy.
insane. Yeah, that's
you
crazy.
spend money on
Well,
her
you
to
should have
have,
chose better.
wait, but you spend money on her to have sex with her. So if you got a kid, why you don't fight to see your kid? You
Good
fought for
point.
that ass, didn't you?
Why should a man have to pay thousands and thousands of his hard-earned money and the odds are completely stacked against him to see his own
Right.
kid? From my
Yeah,
experience,
but the answer to that is not to not see your kid. You got to do that.
But it's like what Teo said. Like I'm not.
the woman who's in her feelings and her emotions, you got to pay your hard-earned money to see your kid. Thousands
The
of dollars.
argument
But what are you supposed
Facts.
to do? Not see your kid?
Shampoo. The argument would make sense if she never relied on the government to take care of that kid. If you said as a woman, oh, since he doesn't want to see the kid, you take the kid, right? Go to London or somewhere. Go live, start a whole new life. Don't depend on nothing. Then you can make that argument. But if you're actively trying to have the government support, trying to have him pay, it doesn't make. Why wouldn't you want him to see his kid?
Yeah, but that could all be true, but it doesn't negate the fact that that's your kid. You know what I'm saying? You stuck. You gotta keep fighting.
I'm not stuck.
You right though.
I'm not stuck. I think that's the mindset that a lot of the old people have, that you stuck. I'm not stuck. If you don't let me see my kid, that's fine. My superpower is I can go make another family. Like that.
Crazy.
Nah, it's true. That's how some people look at
I mean,
it. He's
hey,
not wrong.
Those are facts.
He's not
He's-
wrong.
So basically,
he's not wrong.
your kids. That's what you're saying.
You not hurting
Well-
me. You hurting the kid.
It's
you
not
heard the
so
kid.
much as saying.
And then you'll be crawling back if that kid becomes famous. You'll be like, oh,
I'm not crawling back. I don't know no nigga that's ever crawled back.
Man,
Nah, but
pretty
it's true.
odd.
But it's like what Teo
Shampoo,
said.
what is the likelihood? What's the probability that the kid's gonna make the NBA?
Listen, he's gonna be a loser just like his father. But the bottom line is you have an obligation to try to see your kid. You lay down with that woman and you got her pregnant. You can't.
I'm not arguing that you don't have an obligation. I'm arguing that she doesn't have a right to hide or hold my kid hostage. I'm not fighting nobody for my kid.
That's true. That's
Right.
true.
That's what he's
Or pay
saying
all that
because
money.
we're
You
cut
do
at the
realize
knees.
the people that the girls actually fight for and want to be with are the niggas that don't give a fuck. at all.
The problem is when you want to see your kid and you in a relationship like you talking about, and she tries to hold them hostage. The problem is we try to say, please let me see my kid. Why are you doing this? My mother always said, act like you don't want to see the kids, and then they'll
crazy.
It's not even about acting though.
No, I'm trying to tell you that's psychology.
Reverse psychology.
I mean, you gotta use reverse psychology to see your kid.
I don't think it works that way.
Biologically speaking, you're not hurting me by not letting me see my kid. You're hurting the kid.